Hello there. Today we're at Johnson Shut-In State Park. There are a lot of shut-ins in the state of Missouri, but this is far and away the most popular one. When I checked the website before coming out here, it said that the shut-ins were closed to swimming because of high water levels, but they have a flag system here which shows that it's a safe level right now, so I'm kind of bummed I didn't bring my swim trunks. Let's go check it out. It's been a long time since I've been here. I came here, it's off season, and on a weekday, hoping to find it not too crowded. There were only 4 cars in the parking lot, which just amazes me. Last time I was here, it was over a decade ago, years ago. And of course it was summer and it was on a weekend, and I was here really early, just before the park opened. And already there were a line of cars on the road out in front of the park coming from both directions. And they opened the gates and let everybody in until the lot was full, and then they closed the gate. And at that point, one car had to exit for another car to come in, which just meant that road was really, not usable for the entire day. And I eventually got frustrated after a few hours and turned around and went home and said, well, I'm probably never coming back here, but I thought I'd give it a shot, and it's worked out. This is really great. Well, off to my left is the Black River. The water levels are actually extremely low right now. It's kind of what I would have expected. We've been in a drought for over a month, but I didn't expect it to be that low. I used to come here quite a lot, especially as a teenager. It's a beautiful area. Here you can see downstream the beginning of the shut-ins. It's an extensive area. It's all that granite rock that the water really can't erode, which traps it in. This boardwalk is really nice. Missouri's doing a great job with their parks. And this talks a bit about what a shut-in is. A narrow constriction or gorge in a stream. I was wrong, this is rhyolite rock. So the rock is just difficult to erode. It takes just generations and generations to really make a noticeable difference. So the water gets trapped here in the gorge and is shut in between these pieces. What we have here, specifically at Johnson Shut-ins, when I get down towards the other end of it, is a series of chutes and potholes. So it's kind of like a water slide park. It's really fun to be in. So here's a shot of the beginning of the shut-ins before it really gets constricted. Here's a different area. This is just a big playground. You can put on your water shoes and swim trunks and just explore the entire area. It's great to spend a day here when it's not crowded. When it's crowded, it's just impossible to move around with the amount of people that are here. Here we have the main section of the shut-ins. Here you can see a lot of the white water for the chutes. They'll go down into those potholes. You can just slide from the top to the bottom. It's maybe in height 40 to 50 feet, I'd say, just in a series or section of chutes and potholes. It's really a blast. Some of those potholes, you get into them and they're deeper than I am. I'm a little over 6 feet, and you really can't touch bottom. There are some small pools in between the rocks. It's just a blast. Here's another area of the shut-ins. You can see kind of in the bottom right of the screen, there's a really deep, large pool of air. I bet that water feels good right now. We're in the 80s, full sun. It's still pretty warm. It's a fun time. And then at the end of the shut-ins, we have this huge, crystal clear pool that people cliff jump into. And here you can see that pool. The cliffs are just off here too. Well, you can't quite see them yet, but we're going to go up to the top of the cliff in a minute. One more thing before I leave this area. This ridge line on the other side of the river, the Ozark Trail is over there. So this is the Johnson Shut-In section of the Ozark Trail just on the other side of this river. And it actually crosses this river just downstream a bit from where we are and heads towards Bell Mountain. Here we're looking downstream from the pool in another section of shut-ins. That one is very narrow. Lots of stairs. I'm surprised this gate is open. So back in early to mid 80s, did a lot of rock climbing out here. This is actually where I learned to rock climb, on these bluffs just around and below the pool. The tallest route was 72 feet, and I don't remember the rating. They weren't too technical, 5'10" to 5'12", maybe, something like that. Probably not a 5'12", but that was a lot of fun. It's really restricted right now. I've heard they give out a few permits for climbing, but it's really difficult to get. Here we have another pool. This is a very deep pool, and I'll move the camera over to the left in a minute and show you. These are the cliffs that people jump off of into the water. Right now it's all restricted, no access allowed without a permit. And this is around the area off in here, and then off to the left and up the shut-ins for quite a ways that we would do our rock climbing. That water is so clear, you can see almost to the bottom of the deepest section. You can see the fish and turtles in it too. That is beautiful. So I guess nobody's allowed to jump anymore, but that would be your jump off point right there. Of course, last time I was here, none of this boardwalk was here either. It's been a while. There's a giant turtle just kind of floating out in the middle of the pool. Look at this guy just sunning himself out there. Oh, there's some large fish out there. I'm not sure if this is going to come through, but kind of up and to the left of that rock underwater is a school of really large fish. Cannot tell what they are from here. It's about 8 of them. So this blue blaze is the shut-ins trail. This is new since I've been here, so I have to explore it. But before we leave, I'll actually get down into the shut-ins just to show it to you up close. I remember being down there, climbing these bluffs. Oh, that was a blast. Yeah, we top out all along in here and then walk this way back down to the bottom, do it again, top roping. You can see it's not too far, maybe 60-70 feet. Really good rock face too. Somebody's got some pitons in there. Maybe they do still allow some climbing. Wow. You always had to rope off on trees up here. Okay, so I'm not really familiar with this trail. I didn't check it out before I got here. This was kind of an impulse thing, but we're headed away from the shut-ins, away from the river, and continuing uphill. So what I'm going to do is head back down and cruise through the shut-ins and show you that. That's really what I'm here for. We'll come back for this trail another time. There are 2 trails here in this area, and then across the road into the camping area for Johnson's Shut-ins is a 10-mile trail on Goggins Mountain, which part of it has a spur trail off to the Ozark Trail heading over to Bell Mountain. And we'll probably do an overnight on that this winter. That looks like it'd be a really good hike. Alright, we're back at the shut-ins. Let's see if I can get down there close to the water. Next time I'm out here, it's with a waterproof camera and swim trunks. We're going to go out there and just have a good time. Alright, we're kind of out in the shut-ins. Start of it. This river is spring fed, so this water is ice cold year round. Really refreshing on a day like today. Man, I want my swim trunks. Here's that first pool with some people having a good time. You can see all the chutes, and there are potholes all in here too. There's a nice little pool off to the left. Series of chutes. I don't know if you can see the water splashing off in the distance. Little waterfall coming down into a pool. This is really low water. At higher water, this place is a lot more fun. And that's kind of looking back up to the boardwalk. Okay, so that's Johnson's Shut-ins in a nutshell. It kind of gives you an idea what a shut-ins is like. Like I said, there's quite a few of them, not only in this river and through the St. Francis Mountains, but all around the Missouri Ozarks. This one is just easily accessible, and it's the most enjoyed by people. In fact, I've never seen it where there were just, a handful of people here before. Even in the 70s, it was way more crowded than this, so it's been great. Considering the water levels, though, I noticed most of the chutes are dry, or the water level is so low that you really can't just slide through them. So I think maybe in the after the spring, rains and it settles down a little bit into early summer, would be a good time to come back, get those swim trunks on, get in the water, hike a couple of trails. We're definitely coming back. Well, thanks for taking a walk with me. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's a short video, but it's a really neat place to be. And join me next week. See you then.